we have to remember just how amazing an opportunity that we have here and the fact that we get to do what we get to do. Like we get to call clients and potentially make a lot of dollars over the phone in 45 minutes. Like we get to recruit agents and share this opportunity. And this is the best opportunity in America.
Hello, everybody. Grady Paulson, your family First Life America Beyond. Excited to have Miss Marissa Mazziotti on with us today. Agency leader, integrity partner, and all-around dominator. She's a leader of FFL Inspire Group and has done a tremendous job this past year leading her team to let's see, how much production did we do this year? China brings it on. And drum roll, boom. Holy smokes. Hall of Fame agency. Total issue paid in 2023, $13,606,038, leading 671 total agents. Hall of Fame agency. Marissa, that is over $1 million a month in production that you have created, overseen. And I remember, going back to the first time you came into my old office, and I just have to, you were an organ delivery driver. And it's just, I used to sell energy drinks. So we all have what we used to do. But to evolve as we all have and to see what you've come out here and created and how phenomenal of a job you're doing, you're leading your team. It's just tremendous to see you continuing to grow, progress, and then build this business into the future.
Well, Grady, thank you so much. And first and foremost, that is the team. That is Inspire Group right there. That is not just me. That's an us thing. And I want to give you a big shout out as well, because honestly, everything that we have learned and we have done has stemmed from you. It's so funny. People like, the other day I was doing a new agent training, Grady, and someone's like, "Oh my goodness, your website is like so good. This is so helpful." And I'm like, "Perfect. Thank you so much." I copied everything from Grady's website and just put my logo on it. So the reality is, I mean, you taught us a lot and we're just so grateful for you.
Hey, you got it. It's people I taught that didn't do anything with it, a lot, right? So you think about people that do, and that's just what happens when you plug in, implement, and we all continue to grow. So cheers to you and to your new agent. Hope they're joining us and striving into the future.
Yeah, of course.
So what do we got planned for 2024? I know you've accomplished a tremendous amount this year, and your goals don't stop. It's like goals, but with like 1,000 S's behind it. They just keep evolving.
Yeah, I think every year you just get better, Grady. And, I think the mindset going into 2024, first and foremost, I want to talk about this is just a mindset of gratitude. I know we had, I think about this all the time. I had Marisa Maggio on a call with us not too long ago, and she said something to me that I've been thinking about every single day. She said, "The business will be thankful to you if you're thankful to it." And I think that if you wait, I think we get so wrapped up sometimes in everything we have going on. We have to remember just how amazing an opportunity that we have here and the fact that we get to do what we get to do. Like we get to call clients and potentially make a lot of dollars over the phone in 45 minutes. Like we get to recruit agents and share this opportunity. And this is the best opportunity in America. So I think even when things get hard, even when we have bad dial days, even when, people hang up on you or people tell you to screw off or whatever, just having the mindset that I can't believe we get to work in this business and that we've been given this opportunity. And so I think going into 2024, just with gratitude, I think is going to help everybody. And I've been trying to remember that a lot, right? A little bit ago, I got a little bit negative and I was like, we did okay this year, but we didn't meet the goals that I had wanted to meet. And someone asked me and was like, "Well, I mean, are you really hurting?" And I'm like, to be honest, in comparison to the rest of the world and the people that don't get to work here and the people that don't have the opportunity to do what we get to do, like we're fine, right? And remembering that that what we have in this opportunity and what we have to get to do every single day, so many people out there don't have that. So I think that's the first thing that I would challenge everybody to have, and that's before your dials, that's before you go out in the home, that's before you call your clients. Remember that this is an I get to thing, and what you've created and Sean has created and all of that. This is we get to do this, which is fantastic. So I think that's a mindset. I think the second thing is serving other people. There's FFL is huge, which is great. But it really is just getting started. There's so many more agents out there to serve. I'm back on the phones calling clients and you'd think that just we think we're so awesome and like, hey, FFL is so big, but there's, I mean, 10 clients a day that I talked to the other day, they're like, I have this carrier over here that we don't work with, or I have this awful carrier that I saw online, or I have this like, we're just not running out of business, right? Like there's so many clients out there that have never talked to an FFL agent, have never had their policy looked over, they don't have any coverage at all. And it's just like every single day we might think that we are like so great, but we're just scratching the surface. So I think realizing that there's so many more clients out there, agents out there. It's crazy to think that, Grady, that you can do $100 million in production, this year. And we're not even like, you could do 300 next year and we'd still have clients and agents to help. So I think serving others is a big deal, and remembering that, we are just getting started. If you're making the excuse like, oh, there's too many agents in my county, or there's too many of this, or there's too many of that, or not enough of this, like it's just, that's a you thing. And I think remembering that, because, it's just getting started. So I think that for the mindset, and I think also just turning it up. I think when you look at those two things, and those two things first and foremost, you realize that what we've done so far is great, but what we're going to do, I think the miracle hasn't even, it hasn't even happened yet. We're just getting there. So I think that's huge. I think action items that I would recommend, agents to take right now. There's no reason everyone, when we talk about taking action, this call is over in 15 minutes, right? Everyone's back on the phones. Everyone could sell a policy today. Everyone could help a family today. That's right now. That's today. So I think that's the first action item. Another thing I would recommend is go through your old leads. Go through your leads that you have not, sold yet, or what, or even what you've done. Put them in a text blast. Do whatever you can, right? We've bought a lot of leads this year. Talked to a lot of clients this year. Tons of people that have not even answered the phone, that you have not connected with, right? I would venture to guess, I mean, even top producers, or even if you're not quite where you want to be, you have hundreds of people, if not thousands of people, some of you hundreds of thousands of people that you haven't made contact with. So put them in a text blast. Go through them, right? How many more can you get? So, there's no such thing as old leads. I sold 2 policies the other day, both on leads from like March or something like that, smaller ones. But I'm like, hey, I probably tried to call these people. I probably gave the lead to an agent to try to call, and they were never helped. So there's a lot of life still in what you guys have. So I'd recommend that. And, everyone before me talked about goal setting, which I think is awesome. But something that I'm doing, Grady, as an action item is to write down things I'm not gonna do. Right. So there's the idea for like, hey, write down what I'm trying to accomplish. But then I think we also have these bad habits every day. Like if you have something that you do that's a bad habit, what I'm doing today and over the next couple of days is I'm writing down what I'm not going to do, right? If it gets to be, because it's getting dark early and I don't know what it is, Grady, like whenever it's dark outside, I have this psychological thing that darkness means like work is over. I don't know if anyone else does that. I'm just being transparent. That's like my mindset. So I'm writing down like, and we all have to do this too, guys. Grady does this. Nina and Hayden do this. JC does this. Like I'm writing down when it gets dark, Marissa, that does not mean the workday is over, right? Like I don't know where you got that, right? You might write down, hey, on Thursdays, my friends asked me out to happy hour. I'm not going to go unless I wrote this much premium, right? What I'm not going to do in 2024 is take every single Saturday and Sunday off because I think it's a weekend, right? Because weekends, this and this and that. So I think as much as we talk about goals and planning and writing down how you're going to get there, all of that is awesome. But what are some of the things that you do on a daily basis, or that you do on a weekly basis, that you're going to try to not do in 2024, right? These are my bad habits that I need to get rid of. Right? These are the things that for whatever reason I have these psychological things that tell me that, hey, at 5 p.m. this is over, or if I did this, or if I made 100 dials, or now I'm going to up that to 300 dials, and what I'm not going to do is stop. And I'm not going to let my friends FaceTime me in the middle of the day and be chatty Cathy. And I'm not going to let my family tell me this or that. And I'm not going to plan a vacation in 2 days, right? Like I'm not going to just be like, hey, let's go here this weekend. I'm not going to be impulsive with my spending. I'm not going to be impulsive with my plans. I'm going to have a clear, concise idea. And so I think that's really important. For an action item is write down your goals, and then write down the things that you are not doing as well, right? So I think that's huge. And my recommendations for going into 2024 to crush that is to plan, right? And that kind of goes into what I said, is plan and plug in. It's kind of crazy, Grady, and I fell into this as well, so I can be transparent. I feel like we were just at convention. Like I feel like this year's gone by so quick that I'm like, I thought we're talking about next convention. I'm like, I thought we were just there. It's so weird. And I wish I had done a better job of planning out what every single month of this year was going to look like, because I kind of feel like it flew by. because I
Yeah.
was just winging it, right? So I wish I had planned out, hey, this is what I'm doing in January. This is what I'm doing in February. This is my goals that I'm trying to accomplish in March, and this is exactly what's going to happen. So that I have my whole year planned out. If you have vacations, things like that with your family planned out, do those, and so that way you can work your goals around them, right? It's kind of like that whole idea that being unprepared is how you fail, and like that's the truth. So my suggestion would be plan, and my second one would be plug in, right? There's so many amazing resources at FFL that you can find literally training on anything, and you can find connection on anything. And if one person is doing something one way that you don't connect with, you can go talk to that person over here and they're doing something else a different way, right? And that way might work better for you. So, you got the builders call on Monday, you got the TNL on Friday. We have this call on Thursdays. We have, my agency call, Nina and Hayden's agency call, whenever it is. Like plug into those things and I think immerse yourself in the culture, and if you plan, I just don't see, how you can fail, right? It seems like a lot of the people that, if there is failure in the business, Grady, it's like, don't try to be a lone ranger, right? A lot of the agents that come and they're like, hey, Marissa, I need help. And I'm like, yeah, you've been trying to be a lone ranger for like the last couple of months. That's not going to work. Like everything you can do to immerse yourself into every call, every training, every live dial team, getting uncomfortable and unmuting and just like almost being obsessive with your business and with your team. I just don't see how you can fail if you put yourself in that environment to where, I mean, everything's going to rub off on you, right? You're on every single training, every single call, like naturally you're going to get better, right? And that's not a lot of effort. So I think show up, plan, plug in. And I think 2024 is going to be amazing.
Oh my gosh, fantastic. Yeah, top people don't wing. They prepare. They prepare, they
Yeah.
plan. And I loved your comment about opportunity because I remember driving all over this great state of ours. And I would be like, I've got so many leads and there's so many agents and these calls and these people have so many people. And I'd get up on the freeway, like like a ramp, like an on ramp. And you look out over the city and you see like hundreds of thousands of houses, and you're like, there's so many people I could sell life insurance to. Opportunity is massive. So you hit the nail on the head, Marissa. It's just 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 go to work, focus, plug in. Don't be alone. I say lone wolves die alone, but I like Lone Ranger because it's less death.
Yeah.
But yeah, but it's you're awesome. Any final thoughts to close this out?
No, Grady, I think I'm just excited. I think one thing that I would love to do as an entire team is, guys, we are still all a team, and it's great because, Grady, what you've done is create so many like legs of your business and bigger agencies, which is fantastic. But we are still all one, right? So I think we in 2024, my goal is to connect with some more people, outside of our agency and get back to hyping each other up on Facebook, right? Like when we first got here and it was, Jamie had got here around the same time, like you would make a sale and then like you would, everyone would be like hyping you up in Slack, on Facebook, whatever it is. So that's my goal in 2024 is to connect with people in your agency, people in Nina and Hayden's, people in Jamie's, Jordan's, and just remember that like we are all in this together, and we are one big team. And you don't get to choose your family, and we didn't get to choose this team, but this is what we got, and these are our people, and we love them. And so I think anything we can do to just connect more with each other, be there for each other, understand everyone has hard days, lift them up, empower them, be nice to them. And I'm excited. I think that there's a lot that can come from that, and a lot of production will come out of it.
I love it. Sheila, you got the message. Drop an MM in the chat below. Light it up for Marissa.
Thanks,
Thank you
GP.
so much. Go crush it. Have a great day. But appreciate you, Marissa.
Thanks, GP.
Bye.